Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Okay, great. All right, so I think it's time for us to get started. So before we get started this co-webinar, so I'd like to introduce myself again. So this is Rinfi from outside, and today we are going to have a co-webinar with our partner Neuron. So for bringing you a IoT-based like solution from the end to end with the focusing on how to build a green and smart and greener buildings. Okay, so could you say hello to everyone, Hilbert?
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Hilbert from Neuron. It's nice to meet you guys today, and I hope you guys did learn something from our webinar. And if you guys got any questions, just feel free to ask both of us. Yeah.
All right, thank you. So for today's session, let me introduce the content for today. So today we'll be having a 4 session. So first part, just a very brief introduction, few minutes. And second part will be talking about the smart greener building we wanted to have and to bring you with some of mouse-sized products. And then Neuron and our partner Hilbert will be here to introduce you how to use their Neurons software to include and integrate all of those products and solutions together. And the fourth part will be a live Q&A session. So you can always leave your question in the chat or Q&A box so you can find them. Okay, so I think we can get started. So just a very quick and brief introduction of Milesight. So we are a IoT product provider. So we caught us with all of bringing different technologies, trying different technologies and different transmission ways, including LoRaWAN. And we do have 4G, 5G, and AI-based products as well. So we're making different kinds of products in helping with building a IoT-based solution. So, and for our partner Neuron, we're having good partnership with each other for many years. So we're trying to build and cooperate with each other, bringing a more complete solution for our customers. So as you can find the products and connectivity part from outside, and you can also find the solution software part from our partner Neuron. So if you have any questions, you can just let us know and put your question in the chat and the Q&A box, and also something we didn't mention for today. So for together, what do we wanted to do with all of the industrial trending and key drives for the buildings? First of all, we wanted to make the regulatory compliances. So our solution and our products are based on like the social requirements. So we can have those products as one of the part helping you to bring a greener building to be compatible with as much as possible different certificates for your buildings, like wells, like LEED or something related to that, and to meet the government's compliances and the certification. Secondly, we wanted to drive all of our businesses with financial incentives to make sure you can get savings in using those IoT products. And third thing is from the social demand, we think it's quite a very important demand for the social areas for bringing all of those like things to meet the energy efficient buildings to improve the overall productivities in buildings and in different area to meet the social demand. So this is our basic focuses and insight while we're trying to build a more greener and smarter like IoT based buildings. So let's see some of our mouse-sized products in doing and building a smart greener building. So first of all, I just wanted to mention a little bit about like there will be some issues met usually in the conventional building, such as lack of energy efficiency and some limited data collection and analysis. Actually, nowadays, there are something related to data, but not only by IoT products. I will say for IoT products, you can not only just do the sensing and to collect data, you can still do the control or even to change some of your existing systems, helping you for security reason like water leakage, like happens, or like sometimes helping you to measure the power consumption stuff while giving you a report of all of those things. So I think there will be some things related to like a conventional building cannot do, but IoT-based new building can do. There are also something related to lack of automation, limited occupant comfort, limited flexibility. While you wanted to do the transfer of your existing building, we do not say you have to change every single thing in your building. You can try to just retrofit some parts of your building's existing system. So based on Milesight's solution, we are also allowing our partners and customers to retrofit their existing system while be using some protocol transmission protocols like Modbus TCP, which we will be available using. And currently, our gateways are supporting backnet protocol transmission. So that will be able to have some of our products integrated into your existing BMS system. So that is the thing about like flexibility and to improve the overall automation. So while enable every aspect to energize a building, there are multiple things to think about. First is about the indoor environment, including like thermostats adjusting your temperature, like the IAQ monitoring, deciding or helping you to find out the air quality in your spaces. As well, there are some specialized like detectors for different outdoor, like in bathrooms or in your like some of the schools, maybe some of the places we are currently trying to introduce a vape detector actually. So there are many things you can find for improving the indoor environment. Besides, for the energy efficiency, there are something we wanted to do the transformation of existing like systems. For example, you can find out some smart portable or wall sockets to replace the original one because the smart one can be able to help you doing the power management, helping you to find out the energy consumption and to supervise the specific appliances which consume the most electricity and to do some management as well. To do remote control or you can also build your dashboards or something through the Neurons platform to helping you focusing on more deeper statistics in your building. And space and the resource, first thing is about like for buildings, especially for the workplace buildings, it might be an issue for finding the enough space or figuring out if you are having like enough like working stations, meeting rooms or something like that. So that will be more likely you should be able to monitor the occupancy or count the number of people who are usually in this building. So that will be helping you with a decision making and like to improve or to kind of improve the productivity. Should you have more like meeting rooms? Should you have been improving the space a little bit? That's the biggest thing for that. Another thing is about resource. As I know, like it's a big issue for the water leakage in buildings in Hong Kong or in some other areas. So there will be something you can help with to figuring out and to do to monitor if there will be water leakage happen there. So you can having the alarming as soon as possible, helping you to deal with the special issues. Besides, like we said, you can always have your existing systems, like you only have some conventional interfaces, like you wanted to have something related to like IS485, 232, or DIDO, these ports, but you wanted to make them smarter. From our side, we also have a IoT controller transferring the data from the signals you receive from those interfaces I mentioned into LoRaWAN signal. and to be controlled together. So that will be a full things we wanted to do to energize your buildings to make it more smarter and greener. So let's see like LoRaWAN in smart greener building stuff, and some of the products I wanted to mention for today. So for today, actually, we wanted to do is to have 3 sessions included in the following parts. First, like I mentioned about the HVAC control and management. This part will be focuses on first the HVAC adjusting the temperature. Second, indoor air quality. You might be wanting to know like the indoor air quality and also the efficiency. And the third is about the space management using the people sensing series of products, letting you know the crowdedness in your space. While the crowdedness improves means the carbon dioxide will increase as well. So that will be requiring you to switch the HVAC system or something. And the second will be something related to your resource management, like the water leakage detection. Also, we have been having so many different kinds of water leakage devices. We have, this is for membrane, so that one will be for a smart or spatial places. You wanted to cover the specific places like your ceiling, like some specific places in the bathroom. You can use the membrane shaped. And we also have the rope shaped, or we have the spot shaped, different detecting like different like technologies helping you finding out and to find the best choice for your specific places water leakage detection. Besides them, we are going to talk about energy consumption measurement products, including the light control, the smart socket, like I mentioned, we can do the remote monitoring, and we can also know the consumption and to have the power measurement. Besides that, we are having smart current transformer helping with testifying you or letting you know if the current transforming level in these places is capable, or is that normal, or have some different things or emergency concerns. And all of those products can be finding the best fit smart connectivity products. These are our Milesight LoRaWAN gateways. And we are also having IoT controllers helping you transferring the signal in between the serial ports and the LoRaWAN signal. Besides them, we are also having the other connectivity and other products. If you have any questions or wanted to know if we have the specific product, you can let me know. So for today, I wanted to highlight our solution in using LoRaWAN network connection. So as you can see in the building, so there are many spaces in using multiple different end nodes. While you're having those data collected, those data will be transmitted to the LoRaWAN gateways from Milesight, which has got BACnet protocol compatibility. That means you can have it and all of those data integrated into your existing BMS system. And after that collection of the data, you can have those data transferring directly to Neuron's platform for helping you to do like secondary application and to have some of like your dashboards to letting you know the tendency. And there are many more functions, and the later helper will be letting you know and to give you a introduction of the platform and the cases as well. So in this part, I will be having all of those products listed and talked in the brief place, because I think maybe you might be kind of familiar with those products. Just wanted to let you know there are some of the upcoming products related to our existing scenarios. So first, for the HVAC, we're going to have a new one for the thermostats with a different outlook, like you can see here. So that one will also be focuses on the fan coil unit system, but this one can cover both 2-pipe and 4-pipe FCU, and also being able to support a wide voltage include which ranges through 85 to like 240. So that will be a very wide range, like a new thermostat we're going to offer. But this still will be coming soon. So we will launch it maybe in the beginning of next year. So that will be something related to our existing product series, including the air quality series. So like you can see, we are offering fundamental version, the AM100 series, and the professional version, the 300 series, covering more parameters and helping you and finding the best feed choices for you. As well, our products are currently being able to help and benefit you to get some compliances, such as helping your business to getting the Works with Wells certificate. So that will be some parts we wanted to do to meet the regulatory compliances or social demand for buildings. And for those products we wanted to introduce here is for the thermostats. So while you find out the new thermostat, or we call the IoT-based thermostats difference, that will be kind of different because you can have more smart logic leading inside, like you said. So you can customize the thermostats to have different like modes. While you're at home, it will be having you the comfortable mode. And while you're living this home or living this hotel's room, it can having been the economic mode for helping you saving the energy. So that will be the thing that smart energy and smart thermostat can do for buildings. And for energy consumption measurement, like I mentioned, we're having smart scene panels for doing some displaying work and smart lighting control for controlling your lights, or also to control like with little and small buttons. And we have the smart energy management. These are the sockets, so which can replace your existing conventional sockets, because it can be able to remote control as well as doing helpful like measurement, like power measurement. You can know the consumption for your specific appliances and so on. And for the current transformer, which is also for some testify work, or also for sometimes you wanted to use it to find out the general consumption of your buildings, like appliances or some specific scenarios. So that will be how does those energy management products works. And for occupancy and people counting, actually that is our people sensing series of products. We use it for testifying, like counting the number and to find out the occupancy, and also helping you to generalize some of the helpful statistic. And also you can also make your applications with another platform like Neuron's platform for helping you to build a integrated IoT solution. So here is an example. While you're using the lighting control system, you can be able to switch it. Like firstly, step, you have to use it to switch on and off. And secondly, while you change and switch to the IoT devices, you can have them connected and like you customize. And thirdly, well, you can add the people sensing series, detecting if there's someone here, and that will be helping you to turn on or turn off the lights in your meeting rooms or something like that, to make sure you have the best like selection for your energy consumption in your buildings. So the current transformer, so for this part, I just wanted to let you know for this one, I wanted to show you a topology of how to use them. So for different types of the current transformer, you might be able to use like the single phase current transformer, transforming and finding out the specific appliances and to testing like how much and current transforming through that circuits, and you can know if that works great or it works abnormal or something. And also to have a three-phase one using a more like industry and something like factory stuff to helping you to checking and to finding out like the smart machine and some of the machine's consumption to give you a general consumption. But the most important thing is to helping you to testify the security and it does works as you said. So that will be something related to the current transformer. So this one we have introduced this year's in the beginning. So if you have any questions, you can let me know. I won't be spending so much time in talking about the products because I think might be some of them and most of them you might be familiar. So we've been focusing more on like bringing you a full and complete solution. As for the sockets, you can find out, and also for the different socket type, this one is the portable one, and this is the work socket. Actually, for the small wall socket, we are going to have, and we are planning to make a England version, so specifically for bringing like regions usage, like in Hong Kong and in England and different countries, and we are going to add a new version. But that one will be be introducing in next year. So if you have any preference for that and interest for that, you can let us know. Like I said, for the portable socket, it can be collect the current, voltage, power factor, power consumption as well, and also support the overload protection. So you can have a more reliable while you're using it in your spaces. And for water leakage detection, like we mentioned, we're having multiple different product series. Let's just see those products one by one, just to have a glance. Firstly, we have a mini leak detection sensor. This is an all-in-one product. It's kind of a small one. You can put it anywhere, and it's got internal buzzer. So while it detects there is emergency happen, it can have the alarming system working and also be sending you the alarming like report directly to warn you to do something. And the spot, this one is the spot leak detection, which had already been mounted in many of buildings in Hong Kong, in many other countries, and they're using to detect if there's any leakage happens there. And this one for the zone, like you can see the red rope here, it can all be capable to detect the water leakage stuff. So you can use the rope one to put it in the space you find out like it's more likely to having the leakage happens and then to warn you like we talked. And this is the membrane. So you can see this is a very big membrane. And this one, you just paste it on the places you think might be a leakage happens, like on the ceiling or on some specific places. And you can also cut this membrane and to reshape it to meet your requirement. So these are the kind of all of those introduction. For these products like EM series, they are sharing the main body, but with the different ropes or probes to detect the different places with the water leakage. And also you can find the best fit one for your specific scenarios wanting to do the water leakage detection. And this is this very small one on the corner of the bathroom to find out if there's water leakage happens or something. And the membrane, like you can put it on the ceiling and to paste it there, and you can wash it again and then reuse it for many times. This one is reusable. And for the membrane, you can see it will be having the conductivity water capable to detect and also being able to customize the size and the shape as you want, just to based on some specific requirement to have this conductivity lines connecting together. So that will be something related to those products. Okay, and like I mentioned in the beginning, Milesight's products can work with some proprietary communication like the D2D, which can be capable to multiply and being able to connect with Milesight's other devices together while being able to do the very fast connection. Like because something said it will be having trouble or take a long time using LoRaWAN transmission. So they would like to have some faster like connection. So that will be able to use the Milesight D2D to integrate Milesight's devices. And also our Milesight gateways, UG56, 65, and 67, our most standard and classic LoRaWAN gateway can also support the backnet IP real time and converting the LoRaWAN signal into the backnet one, which can be able to integrate your statistic into your existing BMS system. So that will be some extra extra points I wanted to mention here. So I kind of like having a kind of fast introduction because I think all of those products and sometimes you might be familiar. And what I really want to introduce today is how to use those products and integrate them into the exactly solution. So now I think it's time for me to switch the host to our partner Neuron's representative Hilbert here to give in his presentation to tell us how to integrate all of our products, like I mentioned, into the platform and to bring you a full solution. Okay, Hilbert, you can share right now.
Great, thanks, Ringfeld. Great. I think everyone have been listen to the fantastic latest product presented by Ringfeld from our site. And today I'm going to show you guys some use cases how Neurons applied and work with Milesight to bring the product into our platform and from our platform to bring the value to our end client. Before that, I would like to introduce a quick introduction about what is Neuron. To begin with, the name Neurons is literally meaning human brain cell, which meaning that we want to bring intelligence to every single building in Hong Kong and make every single building in Hong Kong much smarter. So that's the names of Neuron. And Neurons literally is like spin-off from Arab. Arab is a consultant firm in Hong Kong that I think a lot of people in this industry is well known about Arab. And the ideas of Neurons is literally come from about 5 years ago, where we, as a group of engineers and digital engineers, work together. So we find that there's a lot of pain points between the existing buildings, and we would like to provide some more next generations of digital solutions to the building. So that's why we come up with Neuron. And Neuron have been spin off officially from Airbus for 2 years as a startup company located in Hong Kong Science Park. But even though we are working in 2 years, we have been provided to more than 150 buildings in Hong Kong already, applying different digital solution provided by Neurons to different buildings. Some highlighted building would be like Lam Fong Airside, the latest building in Kai Tak area. ICC, a lot of building from ICC also integrated with Neurons. The tallest building in Hong Kong's ICC building, the one I just mentioned, CIC, and also Hong Kong government building also implements Neuron as well. So why we need to have Neuron? So if we look into the traditional buildings, you were seeing that in traditional building, there are already a lot of monitoring system. But the pain points of this system is that all this system was literally fragmented. They are individuals, and they do not communicate with each other. And when engineers, when they want to find some opportunity to improve about the buildings, it's often hard for them to take out the data. They need to manually extract a lot of data, and then manually doing further analysis. And not only on this one, a lot of traditional system you require hardwired solutions and balance solutions, etc. But with IoT solutions and also with Neuron platforms, we are going to overcome this issue. So seeing this pain point, we kind of thinking that the traditional building management system is locked by the traditional mobile phone like Nokia and BlackBerry, which was literally outdated and not into one single platform. So in that sense, why not we build an iOS system for buildings, just like iPhone? Every single building would into one single like ecosystem, the iOS system. And throughout the iOS system, we would have different applications that's suited for your needs. And these applications can apply for many, many buildings. So that's the ideas of Neuron. So if you look into the latest like smart technology, there's some technology like smart parking, smart offices, smart toilets, and ESG, etc. So there are more and more like smart initiatives that's going to coming out for these few years. And all this would need to be connected to one single platform. And with this single platform, we could then apply the digital brains in that sense, and then we can provide more intelligence to the buildings. And this is showing a high-level like concept about Neuron. So we stand alone as an open platform that connect different data from different subsystems. This data can come from traditional PMS system or like other third-party system, and even like IQ or IoT system as well. So after all this data connecting to Neuron open platform, we would then have different applications that be able to apply to different buildings. So we have 4 visions that we want to build with Neuron. The first one is that through Neuron, we're able to provide an open ecosystem that is very different from the old ways of managing the buildings. And with that open ecosystem, we can then apply central intelligence to the building that we provide the human brain cells to the buildings. And then from time to time, like when users get used to this platform, they would have user behavior change. They're going to manage the building in a more proactive way than in the past, which is more like reactive. And the most important is that when technology growth, particularly when AI is getting more mature, all the technology need to be upgraded. And with Neurons, because everything is connecting to one single platform, it's much easier for us to provide continuous upgraded buildings. So let's say in 10 years later, when new technology apply, the building owner do not need to change a lot of their infrastructure. They just need to upgrade the Neuron platform. In that sense, they can like benefit from the latest technologies. So let's begin with the open ecosystem. And the terms of open ecosystem is literally the common operational data environment. If you look into the data about operational, they're kind of like different information. For example, like BIM models, GIS models, CCTV, BMS data, alarm data, IoT data. Even like operational drawings or management schedule, etc. And a lot more like people data, tenant data, third party. All these things is literally something a lot of operational people's likely to manage. Well, in the old days, all these things are piecemeal. They need to go to the models, they need to look into drawings and then find out another manual and then look into the real-time BMS data, etc., etc. So all this now will be connecting to the open ecosystem built by Neuron. So, and then one part particularly important is that is about the IoT data that we implement into the buildings. A lot of buildings, when they move in, if it's like new buildings or old building, they will find that they will require much more data about the building. They may want to like monitor the IQ data. They want to have a lot of serious like water leakage issues. They want to improve the energy efficiency, etc. So all these things, if they look in using traditional way, they need to do a lot of renovations. But by using like product like Milesight, we were able to provide wireless solutions to the buildings, and for the building owner, they could apply the same levels of sensing and same level of controls with much lower cost. So how Neuron's connecting to Milesight is literally very simple. Just having the sensor themselves and then through the gateways, and then the gateways talk to the sensor using LoRaWAN. And the gateway itself can like wide 4G or wide LAN cable, etc., and then go to the internet of Neuron platforms. And then another thing, another features about Neuron is that Neuron is an open system. So we have an open IoT hub. So the building owner can buy the sensors from us. They can buy the sensor from outside. They can even buy the sensor from themselves. So whichever like sensor they they brought in, as long as there's LoRaWAN protocols, it's able to using the Milesight LoRaWAN and then pass through to Neuron platform. So some use case about Neuron platform to make you guys much understanding how that would be beneficial to the end user. The first one I want to introduce is about smart office monitoring. So a lot like office going to be providing a smart hot desk system. And one thing about smart hot desk is that when employees go into the office, they don't know exactly where they are available to be sit. They need to walk around the office. Another point is that for the office management, they want to note exactly which areas more people, etc., etc. So the thing is about is there any effective way to monitor the occupancy? So Milesight got a product that product about like people detections. So that people detection sensor we installed it in the ceiling of every single region, and they're able to monitor a particular areas of like office area, and that could also be like separated desk by desk. So it's literally is able for us to monitor if that desk is being occupied and is that meeting is being occupied. And in Neuron platform, we're able to build 3D models, and for 3D models, we are using color code to like highlight if that people is sitting there, or if they are like if that seat is available for booking, etc. And together with others like sensors like the IQ sensors, etc., that provide much higher level like smart rate of office monitoring. So that is one application. Another application is about the smart toilet monitoring. So there are a few different type of sensor that's able to provide that sense of that level of smartness. One is like the door contact is able to tell you how many people is using that toilet, and also IQ and odor sensor. The odor sensor is particularly measuring the odors from the toilet. That's measuring the ammonia and also measuring the sulfur dioxide. So and another one is we apply is using the water leakage, and also other sensing sensors like the water meter sensor and also power meter sensors. So all these have been applied in the smart toilet, and that not only provide the building owner for the instant usage of the toilets, but able to provide the more high-level insights like the utilization rate comparisons between different toilets. If any toilet is having particularly lower levels of like usage, so they could manage the cleaner to clean toilet much easier. So another features about Neuron platforms is that in our IoT hubs, it's kind of like and self-services. So the end user can just buy their own sensor, and then they can using our IoT hub and then self-onboarding the sensor, and then we got different widgets that allow them to like drag and drop and then build their own dashboard. So examples like the shopping mall and also the dream room, these two clients, they kind of like building the dashboard themselves already. So we starting with some template, and then we supply them more sensors. Most of them is full Milesight, and then our end clients and user would able to onboard the sensor themselves. So it's much of become a SaaS model already. So now today we're talking about a lot of like energy saving and also talking about sustainability. So one way that using the Milesight like solution and with Neuron is that with all the sensing data, and then we collect the information about the spaces, for example, the classroom's conditions, and then through our AI engines built by Neuron, we're able to detect like the better ways of energy saving opportunity, and then all this command will be sent back through the gateway and then sent to the downstreams like field device. So this field device could be like the IoT thermostat, IoT lighting switch, or even the BMS system that control the HVAC like systems. Another part people talking about is about like fault detections and predictive maintenance. And in Neuron platform, we got an AI engine that allowed user to like onboard different new rules for fault detections. So compared to a traditional way where all these rules have been set in the system, that is very hard to change. But in Neuron platform, we allow the end users to adding new rule by simply like few buttons. They're able to like detect different levels of like thresholds, or comparing if that status is matching with another status, and then we got different patterns like comparison, etc. So all these things helping the building's owner to like highlight potential faults, and then we will suggest potential actions as well. So this is something that with Neuron platform and also data from outside, we could provide much more like intelligence to the buildings. And then I would like to introduce a little bit beyond just energy saving, because when we talk about energy saving, we also literally want to reduce the carbon. One way of like reducing carbon is literally is like reduce energy, but another way is literally through the monitoring. So by monitoring, like we're able to like collect different data, let's say from the traditional BMS data or the IQ data about like how excellent is the air quality about the building. And we also monitor the power data, like water usage, and even like smart scale, which measuring how much waste have been dumped by particular spaces. So all these data collected going to a Neuron platform, and then we would calculate, convert them to corresponding carbon like emissions through the standard carbon factors. So these data then further broken down into like space, system, building, and corporate level. So in terms of corporates, you could like manage compare different spaces by different spaces. If that spaces is doing particularly good in terms of carbon emissions, or particularly like concerning, and corporate also can do more like road mapping. For example, they can set target about how much carbon reduction they want to be achieved. They can compare building by building. So from now, they would able to manage the portfolios about the building much easier in terms of carbon. And this is just monitoring. And how do our end users further like extend this ESG emissions, carbon emission tracking to carbon emission reduction, which is that some of our end clients share the data back to the tenant. So now for the tenant, they're able to see their carbon emission data. So the reasons of sharing the data back to the tenant is that they want the tenant to get awareness about ESG. They want the tenants understanding what is carbon emissions. And they would also introduce some like incentive program. For example, if they performing better for the carbon emissions, if they reduce the carbon emissions this year compared to last year, they will have some like, let's say, discount on something. So this is kind of like introducing some incentive to the end tenant. So the tenant can then able to like reduce the carbon for the building. And as you know, a lot of like building owner, they rent out a lot of spaces to the tenant. So by just reducing energies from their side is not enough. They want the tenant to get involved. So one way of like reducing carbon emission is through the tenant engagement programs. So this is some information I'm sharing to you guys. And without IoT solution, it's very difficult to do this one. Particularly in Hong Kong, there's a lot of existing buildings that do not have power meter monitoring, that don't have flow meter, water flow monitoring. So all these requires IoT solutions. And then apart from just only IoT, as Neuron also is like taking data from other like systems, so we could provide much more integration. For example, we could integrate IoT alarm with CCTV. So any IoT popping alarms, then the CCTV will also pop up. So that would like provides the end operator much easiest way to file the problem. They don't need to search for the CCTV to identify the problems, and they don't need to like every time go to the spaces to check if the cases is really serious. So that the good thing about putting all the things into one single platform. And when there's alarm, and in Neuron platform, we're able to allow the operator to send a task so that they could have the workflow, have the task management, and then send the notifications to corresponding worker, asking them to fix certain things in the building as well. So last but not least, one more application about Neuron is that we also help the Hong Kong government to build the platform where they have already having the GV network. The GV network is meaning the government-wise IoT networks. So in Hong Kong, EMSC, they have already built up that network. But that network, they kind of like coordinate data into one single database. The database is just every single task. So they cannot visualize all this data. So in Neuron, because we got the 3D models, we got the GIS models, so we connecting to the GV network. So we built the platform for the EMSD. So EMSD is able for now monitoring different like cloud plans or different workstations about the IoT data And for now, they're going to extend that to like PV panel, like management. How do we use AI to like predict the energy about like PV panel, etc., etc. So these are some use case about IoT platform, and that's not only the use case of Neuron. So in Neuron, we have also different applications about like energy savings or like operational carbon reductions. So in terms of like digital twins, access management, share power optimization, etc., etc. So if you guys got any interest about these services, we could like talk more about that one in futures. As I mentioned, like when technologies upgrade, so it's also very difficult for existing building to like adopt the new technology. But since all data come to the one single platform, new one's able to like provide continuous upgrades much easier than traditional way. And in new one platform, we have different modules. So for every single building, they have different needs. So they don't need to apply every single solution about in new one, they could select the module they are particularly interested in. For example, if they are interested in smart property today, they could apply that. And in next year, they want to extend to ESG monitoring, they could also apply another module as well. So that that workflow in our system and having an app store that you can like subscribe to different like new applications. So a lot of our end user, they own more than one building. So after all this data connecting to one single platform, for now, they're able to provide like corporate levels monitoring. And even the data is outside Hong Kong, we're able to like connect into the cloud. And then no worry about the security. We got different like cloud servers to manage different regions. So that provides much easier way for corporate monitoring and reporting sections. So for now, I would like to play a short video about how Neurons is being applied it, and I'm going to video in here. So you guys able to visualize them much easier. So this is the Neurons platforms in the Kite ASI. So we got the building model for them, where we collected different data about the buildings, and then for end user, they could see the live data in 3D arrays and also the 2D data. And we're able to visualize the heat maps. We got the FDD to detect all the problems about the buildings. And then we got the ESG carbon tracking for every single spaces, and then share the data back to the container. And through the corporate level monitoring, they can now like easiest to manage different building status. And some of them also apply to the control rooms video wall. So in the control center and also even shopping malls, kiosks, they can share the 3D models to the end user. We also apply like VR technology, etc. And last but not least, from Arab, so we got a lot of engineers to support all the developments and also the engineering domain knowledge. So I think that's my sharings, and I hope today's sharing can give you guys much more insight about how Milesight's IoT solution and Neuron solution can bring the net zero carbon emissions together to more Hong Kong buildings by 2050. Yeah, I think that's my sharings, and I think give back my time to Ringfell and see if anyone got